Hi, you guys.
Hi.
So I was going to introduce myself, but you know who I am. This is Michelle from Stack Marketing.
Hello.
She has been meeting with me. We are friends, soccer moms, and she is an incredible marketing genius who has her own company. She's wearing it on her hat, Stack Marketing. And she has just helped me completely revamp my website. I'm excited to show you all the new changes. And we were talking about so many of the lessons that I've learned this last year, most of them thanks to Michelle, and just some tips that she has and that I've learned to now value because of her through this last year of starting my business. And so I wanted to share, or I want Michelle to mostly share, top tips for organizing your business that lots of us small business owners who do not have a background in marketing or in business have had to learn the hard way. So Michelle, do you want to share with us top tips?
It's been so fun working with Jen because she just has like the most amazing business, which you all know, and shares like the best tips and tricks. But I know, sorry, Jen, but like all business owners, they're always really good at what they do and not so good sometimes about the back end business marketing stuff. So we were just sitting together while our kiddos played, actually, and talking about like some things we could do with Reset Your Nest to kind of like organize it on the back end. And so we thought we'd share some of those tips with you too, because I'm sure some of you own your own businesses. And some of these are like tips you can just use like in life too, and just tweak them for what works for you. So the first tip would be photos. Organizing digital photos is kind of a nightmare. Would you agree?
Yes. Well, Michelle knows this is like one of my biggest pain points. And I always joke that I love organizing. I can organize any space, but the most unorganized aspect of my whole life is my organizing business, which I don't want to admit. But yes, photos has been a huge pain point for me. And because I'm doing multiple projects a week and they just accumulate, and we're trying to get it on social media and trying to edit pictures, and it's super, super hard. So
one thing I do every quarter, I go through my iPhone and I make my husband go through his phone too. So after every 3 months, January, February, March, so at the end of March, I do this for the first 3 months of the year and so on. I go through and I clean out the photos in my phone. So I get rid of all the extras. I take like 10 photos of the same thing. So I clean out 9 of them and I have the one left essentially. And then I take all those photos and I import them. I have an Apple phone, so I have an iCloud. So I log into my iCloud on my computer, on my desktop, and I import all those photos in for the first 3 months. And then because I have a Mac, I just use the like Mac photo desktop application. And I bring them in and I organize all my photos by year, month, and activity. So for like January this month, I have a folder that's 2021 January ski trip, Wyoming. Sorry. And so that helps me really organize, and I can go back by month, date, activity, and pull images whenever I need them. Another great thing to do is label your images with hyphens, meaning, what would be a good example? So like, let's use Jen, pantry organization photo. I would do pantry hyphen organization hyphen glass hyphen jars. What's great about that is if you have a small business and you're importing photos into your website, SEO loves hyphens, and so does Google. Google reads hyphens. They don't read underscores. They don't read dots. They read hyphens, kind of like a space. So like pantry space organization, but instead of a space, you have a hyphen. And that will help your SEO over time too.
And this has really helped me. I have tried to figure out a system because I'm usually communicating with people, not usually, but sometimes, who don't have Apple phones. And so I've started to actually import my photos to Google Drive and organize them that way. And because I'm doing spaces, I keep track of the months and the days, but I'm also in the title, not only naming the picture, but in my folders, I'm keeping them separated by client and by space. And so there are lots of ways you can organize them, but I do think doing it a quarterly edit, or I should do a weekly edit, and then really making sure they're consistently labeled into folders, whether it's Google Drive or iCloud or whatever it is.
Yeah, and the reason I do a quarterly one is because it's not so overwhelming. It's just 3 months of photos. and I don't have the pressure of like every week. I mean, if it works for you weekly, that's great. I mean, more power to you, but I don't have that capacity. So I try to set the quarterly goal for myself. And also always make sure to back up your photos, whether it's an external hard drive or Google Docs. I love Amazon Photos and Shutterfly. But I always have a second and a third place where my photos are stored, because I have had a computer crash on me and I have lost so many photos, and
so devastating.
Never doing that again. So always back up your photos.
Okay, are you ready for tip number 2?
Tip number
for
2.
organizing your business?
Have a brand guide. Invest in a brand guide. They're really not that expensive for your brand. Have consistent colors, have color codes, have your CMYK, RGB, and hex codes. And I know most of you don't even know what that means.
I do now, but you don't need to know what it means.
Yeah. It basically makes your colors consistent across all devices, whether it's social media, website, printed apparel. You are going to need those codes somewhere down the line to make everything consistent and tight and nice. It's not a huge investment if you find a company to do it for you. And it just keeps, like, if you have a team, it keeps everyone really consistent on your team too. And it takes like the thought process away. So if you're updating things, like your website, you don't have to go in and look and, try to figure out the fonts that match. You just have your brand guide and you just follow that. Oh, I choose this font, I choose this color, we're good to go. And like I said, if you have a team, it keeps everyone really consistent on that team too, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love that tip.
Yeah. So my third tip would be weekly and monthly checklists. So I know that sounds a little bit daunting, but I have a checklist that I use every Monday through Friday, every day of the week, and it's the same checklist every week. So I'll just tell you what I do. On Mondays, I pull analytics for my website. So I like to see how many people are coming to the website. I pull analytics on my social media and just see what's going on there. So I have like a running list of what my website and digital footprint is doing. On Tuesdays, I work on social media and blog content. On Wednesdays, it's my website edit day. So I kind of keep like a running log of all the edits I need to do on my website. And on Wednesdays, I publish them. And on Thursdays is my education day. So when you're in marketing, you're always working on, things change a lot. You're constantly getting new certifications and new classes. So Thursday is my day to study and take tests and all that good stuff. So I like to do that. Obviously, it's going to be different for everybody and everyone's business, but it's kind of just like a morning checklist I get through. And it makes me feel like I'm on top of my business.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing one for us small business owners, or those of you who are thinking of starting a small business. I feel like for now 1.5 years, I have felt just like a hamster on a wheel. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of lists and a lot of to-do lists, but I am so excited to when school starts. I'm going to be like Michelle and have my weekly checklist and really time block and set aside, have some consistency, and know that things will get done in their due time, and really group tasks together, I guess.
Yeah.
Instead of just constantly feeling like I'm just working around the clock and through the night and early mornings to make things happen, but just...
And I can't forget to do. Like, it just takes a lot of that away. And also create like a monthly checklist too. Like, my monthly checklist includes invoicing people at the end of the month. You won't believe how many small businesses I've talked to that say they forget to bill people. Mm-hmm. That's why you're working and making money. Yeah. You got to bill people, but it's just one of those things that you forget to do. So monthly checklists are great too. And then my fourth tip is don't be afraid to ask for help. It's okay to outsource things. You do not have to do everything in-house. And then it kind of goes along with my fifth tip, which is the golden rule of small business, which I've coined myself. Don't mean to brag. But basically treating your small business like you treat your client's business. So spending same amount of time on your business as your clients. So, what you reap is what you sow. Wait, is that it? What you sow is what you reap?
What you sow is what you reap.
So what you put into your business, you're going to get out of it. So like give your business the same amount of love as you give your clients or customers. And I think they'll definitely know that. You'll feel it too as a business. And really prioritize your business. It's like another baby.
Yeah. I think that's really good advice. I think when I was first starting my business, I had a friend who's really smart and she loves working as part of startups, and she told me that I would need to invest or be prepared to invest just as much time on the business side of it as I would need to be in clients' homes. And I really didn't understand how much time. I feel like now I'm spending more on the business than in clients' homes. And I was trying to learn all the things on my own, and I was trying to do it on a budget because I didn't have like capital I was putting into Reset Your Nest. And I just did not understand fully the value of having professionals do what they're trained to do. It's like when we remodeled our house.
Yes.
My husband was doing all the electrical work, and he did a great job for not an electrician. So dangerous. And we had to pay an electrician to come in later and try and fix it once all the sheetrock was up. And it cost us probably 3 times more. And I'm sure I created my own website. I did so many things on the back end, and Michelle has been wonderful to help me, and some other people who have been great to like fix all my mistakes along the way. And I'm sure it would have saved so much time and energy if I had just hired these people who are amazing from the beginning to help me get started on the right foot. I was just scared to take that leap and that financial investment from the beginning. But I really do think outsourcing the things that we're not good at so we can focus on the things we are good at, and then just trust the professionals to do what they're good at, it really comes back full circle too to help grow our business. So that is a huge lesson learned that's taken me a while to learn.
Give your business some self-love or self-care really, and reach out for help, reach the experts. That's why they're there. So I think that's all I had for today. We just kind of wanted to share with you some of the things we've been talking about and working on in Jen's business, and thought we would share it with you all too. So if you have more questions for me, you can find me at Stack Marketing, STAK, or stackmarketing.com, or I'm always with Jen too, so you can reach out to her.
She's awesome to work with. And really, I know this is kind of different content that I share, but I think I get asked so often about my organizing business for people who want to start their own organizing businesses. And I love this approach of like how to organize your business, because we talk all the time, or I talk all the time about organizing spaces. So I couldn't organize my business without Michelle. So that's why she needs to be here to share
your
this.
Your business is your another space in your life.
I know. It is another space in my life and in my head. So thank you for sharing the tips, Michelle. I cannot take credit for these tips. I'm learning slowly, but they are definitely Michelle's tips. And I'm going to tag her when I post this on my feed. But I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions about starting your own organizing small business. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to share.
Your new service.
Michelle helped me put it on my website. I have a new service. It's a coaching call for 90 minutes. If you want to talk to me, I am an open book. I wish I had more time in the week to do more of this, but that's why I wanted to have it scheduled and be able to answer questions. If anyone wants to talk about starting their own organizing business, or any lessons learned, how to build a team, anything. I'm not an expert, obviously, in marketing, but I can share with you so many of the hard lessons I've learned this last year and a half to get to where I am. And so that is a new service I'm offering as well. So
use her. She's a great business owner, and you're amazing. You've really built up a great business in just such a short amount of time, and you definitely pick her brain, because if you're thinking about starting your own business, she has been through it.
I've learned a lot of hard lessons, and I can definitely share what I've learned. So, okay, you guys, happy Thursday?
It's only Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Bye.
And see you guys.
Thanks.
Oh, there we go.